Shalom, shalom, mishpocha. Welcome to another edition of Ray Bash's Ramblings. I'm your host, Rabbi Yehuda Ben Shomer. You know, in today's society, everybody wants to be PC. Not Windows 7 or Apple or what have you, but PC as in politically correct. People don't want to be offended. They don't want to be challenged. They don't want to be called out on the carpet. Everybody wants everything all ecumenical and nice and pretty and oh, let's all just love one another and let's just all get along, you know, and don't offend me, don't step on my toes. But if you're truly going to be a holy and righteous person, if you're truly going to be a true friend to family and friends, sometimes it is the utmost of necessity to be offensive. Now, when I say offensive, I don't mean being belligerent, being angry, being accusatory, being smart-alecky and asinine, cocky or arrogant. I'm not saying that at all. But sometimes when you just tell the truth, when you just lay the cards out on the table and you tell it like it is, you're bound to offend people. Because a lot of times the truth is offensive, because the truth is unpopular, because so many people want this rose-colored stained glass window appearance of life, and they want a fantasy, a fairy tale, a dream state of what reality really is, and they don't want to see all the nastiness and ugliness and the naked truth behind things, behind certain things, and therefore people will naturally get offended. I often think of the movie The Lord of the Rings. I get a lot of inspiration from movies if you haven't watched too many of my videos and if you can't tell. But I remember when Frodo Baggins had the ring on that necklace, on that chain around his neck, and Sméagol, you know, the golem, was there, and he was basically trying to pit Frodo against Samwise Gamgees. And Samwise Gamgees, he was just faithful and true to the end no matter what. And so, you know, the ring was burdensome, it was stressful, it was heavy, it clouded Frodo's thinking, and it clouded Frodo's reasoning, and clouded his mind, and Sméagol, he just helped muddle the waters even further by confirming his unreasonable, unjustifiable, skewed fears and perception, and therefore Frodo turned against Samwise Gamgees, and all Samwise Gamgees did was tell the truth. I remember I cried when Frodo was going to set out on this journey to Mordor to get rid of the ring, and he got in the boat and he started sailing away, and Samwise Gamgees just started walking in the water until he got up to his chest, until he got up to his shoulders, till he got up to his neck, till he got up to his nose, till he got up to his head, and then you couldn't see him anymore. And Samwise Gamgees couldn't swim. And Frodo saved him. He's like, Sam, why did you do that? He said, Mr. Frodo, he said, I promised Gandalf that I would, you know, that I would assist you and help you and be your partner and help carry the burden and carry the load and help you get to Mordor to get rid of the ring. And then during that event in one of the later movies where they were on the mountain and Sméagol was accusing Samwise Gamgees of mutiny, basically, and Frodo said, you know, Sam, leave, go away. You know, you're not my friend anymore, I don't want you around, go away, leave, get out of here. And with tears and remorse, Samwise Gamgees left. But you know what? He didn't leave. He just fell behind a little bit. He fell 3 or 4 car lengths behind, and he followed Frodo. And if he didn't do that, he wouldn't have been able to save Frodo later from the spider. Now, why did Frodo get mad at Samwise Gamgees? Because all Samwise Gamgees did was tell the truth. All he did was tell the truth, tell it like it is, lay it out on the line. And Frodo got offended because he wasn't thinking clearly, because he wasn't seeing clearly. But it was a good thing that Samwise said, fine, if you feel that way, screw you, forget it. You know, good luck. And he left. You know, no, he come back and he was able to save Frodo from the spider. Because, you know, he knew that even though Frodo was offended, that Frodo didn't like him at the moment, he knew down deep in his heart that he didn't mean it. He knew down deep in his heart Frodo knew that Samwise was true. And so that's true friendship, that's true faithfulness, true brotherhood. And that's like that today. A lot of times I myself end up looking like the bad guy, and possibly many of my viewers, because they simply tell the truth. They don't tell the truth with fire and brimstone and zeal, but they tell the truth in a matter-of-fact, straightforward, you know, calm, orderly, just as I'm talking to you kind of manner. And people get offended. People get offended at the truth. And you can cite all the proofs and all the proof texts and all the scriptures and all the evidences to back you up. And people will still be offended, and people will still say that you're wrong. And people will still want you to go away. But when you're dealing with family and friends, you can't afford to go away. You can't afford to shut up. If you did not truly love people, you did not truly love your brothers and sisters in Messiah, you truly didn't love people in society, you truly didn't love your family and friends, then you would shut up. Then you wouldn't care. You would let people think whatever. You would let people say whatever. You would just sit back and enjoy the ride and say, you know, whatever. But because you love people, because you care, you tell the truth even when it hurts. You tell the truth even at their own risk of destroying a brotherhood bond, destroying a friendship. You do it even at that risk, because you know what? You're answerable to God. You're not answerable to your friend. You're not answerable to your family necessarily. You are answerable to God and to the Torah. And if you do not speak the truth, and you do not speak the truth in love, and you do not, you know, see the handwriting on the wall, and do not sound the alarm, then blood will be on your hands. I mean, do you get woken up in the middle of the night by a beeping smoke detector and get angry and rip it off the wall and throw it, and open the window and throw it out the window and go back to sleep? Sure, you may get annoyed if the phone rings in the middle of the night, but you're not going to throw it out the window. Sure, you may get annoyed at the fire alarm going off in the middle of the night, but you're not going to throw it out the window. Why? Because they're there for something. The smoke alarm lets you know when there's smoke or fire, danger in the house. That phone call may be a friend who's saying, you know what, I got a gun and it's right under my chin. Talk me down from the ledge, man. Or it could be a phone call that says, you know what, so-and-so was in an accident. Can you come to the hospital? You know, we don't get angry or mad at those things. They may annoy us initially because they woke us out of a slumber, but you know what? We've got to wake people out of the slumber even if they get pissed off at us, and even if they get mad at us and even want to take a swing at us. We've got to sound the alarm. Not in you know, oh my gosh, fire, 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 and be all hysterical, but we say, hey, man, dude, you got to get up. You got to get up. There's a fire. You got to get up. You got to see the handwriting on the wall. Dude, I love you. If it wasn't for my love for you and my fear of heaven and fear of God, I wouldn't be telling you this. If it wasn't an emergency, I wouldn't be waking you up in the middle of the night. I wouldn't be that shofar. I wouldn't be that watchman on the wall. I wouldn't be that alarm clock. I wouldn't be that telephone call in the middle of the night. I wouldn't be that fire alarm. So just remember that. Not to thine own self be true, but to God be true. To the truth be true. Even at the risk of losing precious and dear family and friends. Shalom and Shavua Tov.